Hello, hello. How are you? How's your weekend? Wait, let me check if I'm live on my page and my YouTube channel. How's your weekend, everyone? Hope you had a good one, had a good rest, and we are going to end October soon. This week is gonna be the last week of October, and we have 2 more months to go to wrap 2024. How amazing! How fast is this thing, right? So yeah, wait, where am I? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm live. All right. Yeah. So this is where it is. Welcome back to Ask Jason Anything on about Facebook advertising. This is what I do on Sunday night. So this is it, right? Ask Jason Anything about Facebook ads. Now, if this is the first time you see me, welcome to my universe. I like to call that because yeah, everybody has got their own universe, right? So you have yours. Everybody has his own, and we cross path this way. That means something, all right? So yeah, in case you are not sure who I am, my name is Jason. I'm a Meta Ads optimization strategist from Malaysia. So what I do day in day out is I help brands optimizing their Meta advertising campaign. So two scenarios we can work together. First, you have been running ads and you are seeing results and you want to take it to the next level, means you have been spending maybe $100 a day and you're making decent profit. You want to take it to the next level, but somehow when you try to scale the campaign, adding $50 to it, $100 to it, the whole thing seems to crumble. It doesn't give you the result that you desire or like as you wish. So with that case, if that's the case that you're facing, then you may actually find the link in my profile, my YouTube channel, to actually book an ad audit with me. So because in my opinion, before you take your campaign, before you scale your campaign, you really need to understand what is working and what is not working in your ads campaign. Say, for example, if you're getting 3 ROAS, okay, yet your CTR is zero point 0.5. So in my opinion, you may be able to get better ROAS without spending more money because if you're able to fix the right thing, the whole thing is going to happen for you. So I've actually helped a lot of brands achieving this without increasing budget. So yeah, so here's the thing. We reach the stabilization and optimization level, then only we talk about scaling, because that would actually allows us to understand what will be the metrics for us to monitor when we are scaling the campaign. And of course, I will be able to work with you to design a scaling strategy for you, and together we take it one step at a time to push your campaign to the next level. So if that's the case, you can actually find the link in my profile in my YouTube channel, and we can actually work together on that to take it to the next level. Now on the other hand, if you have been running ads on Facebook but you can't seem to find success on it, whether you've been seeing the wrong audience, and whether your cost per result has not been ideal, and probably even the quality of leads that you're getting is not good, or your e-commerce ROAS is actually low, and you have been trying many ways, and you can't seem to find a better way. So I would actually like to work with you to design a strategy for you and help you optimize your campaign, because I always like to say, when we have a non-performing campaign, it's good for us to find out why and learn from it. Otherwise, we will be repeating the same mistake over and over again. And that's why a lot of advertisers out there can't reach ideal results, because every time a campaign fails, they just turn it off and then they start from scratch without knowing what's wrong. And often you're actually repeating your mistakes. So that's something that I want you to avoid. Yeah, so if that's something that you're facing right now, feel free to reach out, find the link on my YouTube profile, and we can work together. So what I do here is I answer questions that I receive on my social media platforms, especially on my YouTube channel, about Facebook advertising. So if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising, Meta advertising, Instagram advertising, first thing I would like you to do is please go to my YouTube channel and try to search for an answer. I've posted over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel answering questions like this. Chances are I've actually touched something, I have actually discussed, something similar to the challenge that you're facing right now. If you can find an answer, awesome. Just move on to do whatever that is more important to you. But if you can't find an answer, feel free to pop your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to answer your question live over here on the following Sunday night. So yeah, Now, just in case you don't want to go public, or you have something that you want to have a more private session with me, you can actually scan this QR code to have a one-on-one Zoom call with me. It will take you to my Fiverr gig, where you can actually purchase a gig for a 30-minute Zoom call. So we can actually have one-on-one Zoom session with screen sharing and everything. You can ask your question. We can even go through your ad setup, the campaign setup, even to analyze the campaign performance to see what's working, what's not working, to build a plan for you. So anything you need help with meta advertising, one-on-one help, you can scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Now, if you're new to meta advertising and you want to learn from a guided, training, this is Facebook Ads Masterclass is something that I would recommend. I've been teaching Facebook advertising since 2016. So it's been like 8 years. So this is really the latest version of my Facebook ads training. I call it the Facebook Ads Masterclass, which I cover 5 main things. First, I talk about the campaign strategy that I use and how to set it up. And, we talk about budget allocation. We talk about, like ads creative for top of funnel, for retargeting. How do we segregate the audience? How do we pick the audience and stuff? So with step-by-step walkthrough. So you will be able to just follow the step and start creating campaign for yourself. So that's the first thing. So as we move on, as we go through the step-by-step walkthrough, we also talk about, which is the second thing, we talk about the objective selection, which is crucial in my opinion. Then we talk about the audience targeting. I've got some techniques that could be useful to you. Then we talk about ads creative and copywriting, where I will share from my experience working with advertisers from around the world to actually help you cut short your learning journey to avoid making mistakes about the creative and stuff. And the last one is about analytics, which is something that I'm really passionate about. I always believe that everybody with an ad account can start running ads, with Facebook profile can start running ads, but not everybody knows how to understand the numbers and to make decision with guided metrics. So that's what I want to really share with you. How do we analyze what are the metrics that are important to your campaign? How do we interpret it? And how do we make decision based on the numbers that we get? So that's Facebook Ads Masterclass. So this is the recorded training, 2.5 hours. So scan this QR code, you'll be able to purchase the course and you can start learning right away. And you always get the latest version to it, because I'll be doing a re-recording every time there is a major update in Facebook Ads Manager. So yeah, you'll always get the latest version when you click on the link to watch the training in the future. So yep. Now, just in case you say, Jason, I've done learning and I still can't really figure out what would be the best way to advertise for my brand, would you be able to help me do that? Yes, I do take a handful of clients every month on helping you to design your strategy and set it up for you. As in, like, there will be 2 calls involved, okay? 2 Zoom calls involved. The first call is we would actually jump on a call to understand your KPI, your campaign needs, and your budget structure. And we will talk about what would be the creative that we should be creating based on the campaign. And, how do we allocate the budget for top of funnel, for retargeting? What are the audience targeting direction that we'll be using? And of course, if you have a landing page, I would also go through the landing page to give you recommendation before we start the campaign. So then you will go on and create all the campaign creatives and, optimizing the landing page and stuff. And we come back on the second call, usually on the following week. And in that call itself, I'll be setting up the campaign in your ads manager with you, for you. So basically, please invite everybody that needs to watch this to join. But everything will be recorded anyway. So a lot of brands actually use this to create more like an internal Facebook ads training program for their future team members. So yeah, immediately you will have an optimized campaign up and running, designed by seasoned strategists like me. And of course, along the way, you get to learn how to do that for yourself. So yeah, that's something that you're looking for. Scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. Now, I'm going to jump right into the questions that I received, because we have quite a few. So I just want to quickly go through them. So the first one is coming from Carol. Carol is saying, you just watched my video about, like you have a question that you have been boosting posts for 9 months. You're paying a $5 a day to promote a free online program for kids. So your post reach climbed to over 100,000. Engagement is between 5 to 11K every day. How much do you spend? You spend $5 a day and you get such number. That's pretty amazing, I would say, Carol. But having said that, how is that helping you to get really the leads that you want? As in, like, you have decent sign up for your program. I hope you do. Otherwise, we may want to actually choose a different objective for this, because it really depends on how you generate your leads and how do you generate your like your lead generation process. So if you do have a landing page, for example, boosting a post will not be effective in helping you to get sign up on your website, because basically when you choose boost post as an objective, Facebook will reach more people who are likely to engage with your post, but you will find out the number of clicks may be really, really low. That's why we need to analyze the number to find out what's working and what's not working. That's why I always believe in analytics. So yeah, so if you're not seeing the decent, you see, like you may have awesome engagement, but if your result, as in like the lead that you are looking for, is not coming in, then something is not right. So we need to dive into the numbers and see what's working and what's not working. That's what I would like to recommend to you. But having said that, your question here is about your post showing 2 dashes, no numbers and all that. It could be because you actually picked the wrong date range on the top right, but I don't believe this is the problem that you're facing, because you've been running ads for 9 months, you've been seeing the numbers coming in. So I guess it could be a bug. Try to come back on the, in a couple of hours and do refreshing and all that. Otherwise, you can actually contact Meta for that, because this is really something that looks like a bug that is happening to your ads manager. But yeah, you can try to report to Meta support and see if you get something out of it. Otherwise, well, actually, that's really something that I cannot help. But again, like what I mentioned, if you're actually doing lead gen, but you're using a boost post objective over here, if you're not getting the result that you want, aside from the engagement, which in my opinion, they are not really important, but to me is how many leads that you're getting, you should actually drill down to your cost per lead. So even your cost per engagement is awesome, but if your cost per lead is beyond, way too much, then you have to probably do something about it. So Carol, if that's something that you're looking for, you can actually scan this QR code, which it will take you to my Fiverr gig, where you can book a one-on-one Facebook ads audit with me. So it's gonna be 3 things that we're gonna do together. First, I'm gonna dive into the numbers and build you a dedicated, a personalized Facebook ads metric dashboard for your business. So I'm gonna tell you that, look, when you're running ads, what are the metrics that you should be looking for, in sequence, and it will be saved in your ads manager, so you can always come back to it whenever you need to. And the second thing is I'm going to analyze it for you. As in, I'm going to tell you that, look, CTR, the benchmark is this and that, so if this is below, it's not good, and if it's above, then it's good, So as we analyze, I would actually give you the know-how on how to do this yourself in the future. And the third thing is, as we analyze, I'm going to build you a plan about things that you should be trying to do in the coming weeks to try to move your campaign to the next level in terms of optimization, getting better cost per results and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the 3 things that we will do in the 30 minutes call. So that's what you want. Scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. Now, the second question is coming from, I'm so sorry that I don't get the name here, but anyway, so the question is about your ad account or your Facebook advertising access is restricted, and you're seeing notice no longer allowed to advertise, blah, 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 and you do not have the button active for request review. So, okay, now, usually, if this is what you're seeing, it could mean the end of route for you. So basically, as you are not able to request review, you will have no way to get back into advertising with this personal profile. So if you're seeing this right after you want to start running ads, chances are, I'm just guessing, this is a newly created Facebook profile, which really, I find it strange also. A lot of people find it, like not reasonable, but Facebook really hate new profile. So if you create a new profile and use it to run ads right away, like creating an ad account, usually you get banned outright. So what I would recommend you to do is you should consider using your original Facebook profile if you have one, because an age profile is really important. Otherwise, you can actually borrow a profile from your friend, from your family members, a profile that has been around for at least 2 years. So you can actually use that to try to create a business manager, try to create an ad account and page and start running ads for it. Yeah, so that's probably the next best thing that you should consider doing. Otherwise, it's quite difficult to navigate here because you don't have the request review button for you. So it's almost the end of it, and you won't be able to find a way to talk to Meta. That's the problem. So yeah, try that. I wouldn't recommend that you book a call with me because I won't be able to help you anyway. So that's my recommendation. All the best with that. All right. Now the next question is, this is not a question. This is Zainora is saying, we are wasting time running ads on Facebook. TikTok is much better. So the question here is, we should be discussing is TikTok advertising better than Facebook advertising? So I have not been advertising on TikTok for a while, but I actually work currently. I still have clients running ads on TikTok, and we do review whenever we have our weekly review. We do review the performance on TikTok and Facebook. So basically, is TikTok better than Facebook ads? Is TikTok ads better than Facebook ads? It really depends on the product that you're selling. So, like for example, if you're doing lead generation, running ads on TikTok will not get you the quality leads that you want, because people on TikTok, they are there to be entertained. They are not that ready to consume ads as compared to Facebook and Instagram. So if you're doing e-commerce, for example, especially if you're selling something that is on the medium and higher range, or so-called medium and higher price items, you'll find it's a lot difficult to navigate on TikTok than Facebook advertising. So here's the thing. And a lot of my clients actually try TikTok advertising to drive, like their TikTok shop visits and all that. But they also find it a little bit difficult to navigate, because the options and everything, it may look very similar to Facebook Ads Manager and all. I think they built it very much kind of like mimicking Facebook Ads Manager. That's why sort of like everything was similar. But the problem here is the audience on TikTok are not that ready to consume ads and not that ready to buy. But of course, now that TikTok has evolved into e-commerce platform in a lot of countries where they have TikTok shops and all, there has been a lot of e-commerce activities happening in it. And of course, if you have a TikTok shop, I would definitely recommend that you run ads on TikTok. Otherwise, if you have an e-commerce store, if you are running ads to your e-commerce marketplace like Shopee and Lazada, I would actually recommend to use Facebook Ads Manager better, because with all this CPaaS integration and all that, especially for e-commerce marketplace, and of course the catalog integration, running ads on Facebook and Instagram actually can be better. But like I say, it really depends on the product or services that you are selling. But e-commerce wise, it really depends whether you have a TikTok shop and whether your price range is suitable for the audience on TikTok. I'm not saying that TikTok is cheap or whatever, but then the readiness to buy and things that they're looking to buy and the way you need to use to run ads on TikTok actually tend to be a lot more demanding in terms of the content. So you got to be really careful about the platform that you choose. So if you are not really into content creation, you just want to run ads to your e-commerce store or your marketplace like Shopee, I would say Facebook plays better, as in like it works better. Combining Facebook and Instagram as in meta advertising works better for such platforms. And of course, lead gen, we don't recommend to go TikTok, frankly, because it's a lot more difficult to navigate when it comes to lead generation, and the quality of leads that we get there tend to be so much lower. Although Meta, Facebook, Instagram, the quality of leads may not be always good, but then again, if you go to TikTok, it's gonna be worse. So that's my take, all right, when it comes to TikTok or Facebook ads. But having said that, we always like to use the number to tell us whether it's working or not. So if you've been running ads and you're not sure about the numbers, here's always what I've been always advocating here is, if you run ads, you need to know your numbers. So if you run ads and you're not sure whether your TikTok shop ads or Facebook ads, actually they're very similar and they have all the metrics ready, and you're not sure whether it's performing and what's working and what's not working, I would recommend that you scan this QR code to book a Facebook ads audit 101 with me. So we do three things together, whether you run ads on TikTok, on Facebook. Of course, Facebook I'm more familiar. So what we do here is we do three things together. First, I'll build a Facebook ads dashboard for you, whereby I'm going to line up all the metrics that you need to track for your campaign, personalized for your business. And basically, I'm going to tell you that, look, these are all the metrics that we need to track and what are the benchmark of that. So everything will be saved in your ads manager, and I will be analyzing for you. And at the same time, I'll be walking you through on how to analyze it yourself. And so that's the second thing. And last thing is, on the third thing that we will do together is I'm going to build you an action plan, as in like, as we analyze the campaign, I'll be able to tell you that, look, this is something that we should do. This is something that we should do next. And, like a plan for you to do and execute in the coming weeks, hopefully to take your campaign to the next level. So yeah, so this is a gig where you can actually do, this is a 30-minute gig that you can actually scan this QR code and book on my Fiverr platform. So yeah, if that's what you're looking for, then, I look forward to work with you. All right, so the next question is coming from Karastin. So Karastin is saying, Facebook is saying your ads, your audience is too small and you're retargeting people who engage with the page for the last 30 days. Okay, you're still going to give it a go, you should try, because Facebook will always tell you that audience is too small, expand your audience, and you might actually get better results and all that. But nonetheless, test it with minimum budget and see how it goes. And we can always do adjustment from there. Okay, all the best for this one. And yeah, wait, is that all? Facebook is saying too small. Is that all the questions I get? Yeah, the next question I get here is from Kayen. So you're saying, is it okay to make changes in existing ad set? Like, for example, if you want to do ads changes on your ads campaign, is it good to make it on the existing ad set, or is it good to create a new ad set? Both works actually. So if you actually, yeah, you can just directly apply it in your existing campaign, but understand the difference here is if you applied it in your existing campaign, it would definitely re-trigger learning on your existing ad set, which may or may not kind of like restart the learning, and it may go into the wrong direction. So it may not, but I would still recommend that we do it in the existing ad set, because we do not want people who have clicked or purchased or checked out to see this ad set again. So if I believe you're talking about the top of funnel campaign, you got to apply it anyway. So you can apply it right away in the existing ad set. That's what I would say. Yeah, just do it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now the next question is coming from Gibran. So you're saying that you're running a campaign and they're getting good sales, but after certain times the results should be down. You mean like he's down? You mean as in like the result is going down? So if you have been running ads, so this is actually quite common. You know, some clients, when they run ads, especially during the first few days, they tend to see good results. And after a while, you know, the result may come down. But here's what I would like to actually want you to start thinking about here is, we do not judge the campaign performance based on daily performance, but rather I would like to stretch it out to 7 days weekly data. You see, there's always good days and bad days, right? I mean, especially if you're talking about e-commerce, right? There'll be days that people will buy more. Like, for example, in US, for some of my clients, weekend don't work well for them. They get very little sales. They get a lot more sales during the midweek, means Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But when it goes into the weekend, it's gonna be bad. So there will be good day and bad day. But if you make decision based on 2 days, let's say 1 or 2 days no sale, and you turn it off, you are actually throwing away the fact that it has been working well for like for the first few days or for a couple of days earlier. So when we are analyzing the campaign, we always use a 7 days benchmark, because that's a better data kind of like a duration for us to gauge the campaign performance. So we always give it a week. So instead of giving a daily target to the campaign, give a weekly campaign instead. Let's say, like you believe that I want to get 7 sales per week, but 1 or 2 days no sale, but some days got 2 to 3 sales. You have to understand the fluctuation. But rather, instead of judging the campaign performance based on the number of sales, I will always recommend that we judge the campaign performance based on the right metrics. Like, for example, things that you need to find out. Is your ad creative working in terms of the CTR? Are they performing to the benchmark? If they are not performing to the benchmark, we should actually consider testing different creative. Now, is your landing page working in terms of getting people to go to the next step? Say, for example, 100 people lands on your website. How many of them start browsing the content, as in like your products? And how many of them actually eventually add to cart and purchase? So there are many metrics for us to analyze and to determine the effectiveness of the campaign. And we use weekly data, and that's how we do optimization. So if the creative is not so good, as in like the CTR is low, but the ROAS is good, which means we are able to kind of get more results and get more sales actually by tweaking the ads creative. That's one thing. But if your add to cart rate conversion from landing page view is low, we should consider fixing the landing page, because that would actually eventually get you more sales possibly without spending more money. So that's the beauty of analytics. I'm so sorry. So, and I really encourage everybody to learn this. So if you run ads and you have been seeing fluctuation in your campaign and you're not sure what to do, I would definitely recommend that you actually book a one-on-one Facebook ads review with me. So scan this QR code, it will take you to my Fiverr gig where we can spend 30 minutes together over Zoom. So we do 3 things together. First, I will be building you a personalized Facebook ads dashboard for your business, meaning I will line up all the metrics that you need to track for your business in sequence and saved in your ads manager. So once that is done, I'm going to analyze your campaign for you by at the same time empowering you, like guiding you to how to do this in the future on your own. And as we analyze the campaign, I'll be able to build you an action plan about things that we can do to take your campaign to the next level, possibly. So yeah, so this is what we're going to do. So if you've been running ads and you're not sure what to do next and all that, and you don't really know how to make sense of the numbers, scan this QR code. It will take you to my Fiverr gig. Purchase the gig, then we can have a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call together. Okay? So thanks for the question. And I think that brings us to almost the end of this. And yeah, Kayan is saying, yeah, it's top of funnel. Right, all the best. Yeah, so test it and of course analyze. That's the most important thing of all. Okay, all right, guys. I think that brings us to the end of this. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, 30 minutes is up. I think that's all the questions I have. Remember, you have any questions, post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos, and we can actually have the discussion on the following week. If you have anything that you want to analyze, you want me to analyze a campaign to give you actionable plan to do to hopefully take a campaign to the next level, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. With that, thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. See you next week. Good night. Bye.